Hey, it's Coach Christian. Listen, are you 1200 or lower and tired of being 1200? Would you like to improve your rating and begin crushing other 1200s? Well, if so, this series is for you. I'm going to play some games against the 1200 rated chess.com bots, and I'm going to use these games to highlight the do's and don'ts and the mistakes that 1200s make, so you'll know exactly what to do to crush your opponents and win more games. Let's get started. We're playing Coach Dante. We're going to start with pawn to e4, putting a pawn in the center, and Coach Dante makes a mistake on the first move. Pawn to h5 is a terrible opening move. In the beginning, you want to put your pawns and pieces in the middle. You want to control squares e4, e5, d4, and d5. So we're going to stick our pawn in the middle on d4. Now, Coach Dante played knight to f6, which gives us an opportunity to attack. So we're attacking and taking more real estate in the center. Once the knight moves, we can attack the center again and the knight with pawn to c4. And now look, that knight is going back to the edge of the board. That's not where his pieces should be. Let's continue to develop our pieces. That's what we want to do in the opening. Develop our pieces, get prepared to castle as soon as possible. Dante seems like he's finally caught on. He's trying to develop his bishop, pin the knight. We'll break the pin with bishop to e2 while preparing to castle. And then Coach Dante makes another 1200 level mistake. Bishop takes knight is a mistake because it allows me to capture the bishop on f3 and bring my bishop to a stronger square. This bishop on f3 is now slicing through the center, aiming at the weak pawn that's unprotected on b7 and the juicy rookie cookie, the tasty rookie cookie on a8. Let's see if Coach Dante is aware of the tactics looming. No, he plays pawn to g6. This is a classic beginner level mistake, not looking and not seeing the tactic. So now he's down material. We've taken the rook, worth 5 points. He's captured the bishop, which is worth 3. So we made out on that deal. We were up 2. We've already captured that pawn too, so we're way ahead in material, and we've castled our king, so our king is safe. So at this point, we want to move into the KISS principle, the keep it super simple. Some of you may know it as keep it simple, stupid. Now, I'm not saying that to you, but I'm just explaining to you, this is the idea. Try to take the power pieces like the queens off the board first, and if you can, get the rooks off the board next. So in this position, we're trying to force the pieces off the board. We've traded the queens, now we're going after the bishop. We've captured the bishop, now we're going after the knight, right? Okay, the knight moved out of the way, so we're going to try and attack this pawn with our bishop and rook, and we've done it, and he captured the bishop with his knight, and that's what we want because we want to force all of his pieces off the board. Now his king is on g5. It's on the 5th rank, so we'll put our rook on e5 and then bring the other twin rook to d5 for a battery, so we can pile up on his king and also pile up on his rook and force that rook off of the board. King takes rook, leads to a fork on d8, attacking the king, attacking the knight. And once we grab the knight, there are no black pieces left to cause any harm to White's position. White has the inevitable plan. He can't lose now. That's the beauty of forcing the exchange of the pieces when you're winning. You get yourself into a position where you can't flub it up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Some of us are good at flubbing it up. Some of the famous last words of all chess players are, "I was winning," was being the operative word in that sentence, right? So get rid of their pieces, and now this rook is controlling the file and stopping the king from coming across, so the c pawn can go all the way to the promised land, promote to a queen, and now we can execute old reliable. First checkmate everyone should learn, the ladder checkmate with the queen and the rook. Okay, and this is how you win your games. Really easy to do, but harder than it seems. Okay, just to recap, you want to put your pawns and pieces in the middle, not on the edge of the board. You also want to develop your pieces as fast as you can, but don't help your opponent develop their pieces. Don't help your opponent get their pieces to better squares, okay? Make them find those moves on their own. And you don't want to miss the tactics. Look for pins, look for forks, look for discovered attacks, look for skewers. Try to find your opponent's idea before you settle on your move. Try to understand what their plans are, okay? If you are winning, if you are executing a great game and you have more piece power than your opponent, you have more material than your opponent, keep it simple, right? Force the power pieces off the board. Exchange the pieces. Force the exchange of the power pieces. Queens first, then rooks, and then the minor pieces, knights and bishops. Once you have removed all of those minor pieces, you're less likely to lose your game. That's the important part. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.